Let's make Day of the Dead cat art. I'm going to start by tracing my cat stencil onto my black paper. If you want your cat to be a different color, you can use a different color paper, but I'm gonna use black. I'm using an oil pastel and just holding my stencil in place and tracing around it. And when I take the stencil off, there's the cat. So now I'm gonna cut and glue the cat onto colored paper. I'm gonna use orange. You can use any color you want. Okay, my cat is glued down onto my paper. Another option, if you're not cutting or gluing, especially if you're in kindergarten, is that you can get a colored sheet of paper and you can just trace the cat on the paper and do the next steps where we color the cat and color around the paper. So you don't have to use the black paper to cut and glue if that is something that is really challenging for you. So you could also just do this. But I'm going to use my black cat. If you're in first or second grade, I'm going to ask you to use the black paper to cut and glue as well. Now we're ready to draw a face. I'm going to use a white oil pastel, and I want to draw a circle so that I can see my cat's face. And I'm going to color it in with white. Pastels are fun because you can color on top of color. I'm also going to do a little design around the ears. I want to add lots of different lines and shapes because in Mexican art, lines and shapes symbolize things and they add a lot of interest. So I'm going to do some dots around the ear. And now I want to make the bones to my skeleton cat. So we're going to come right here and we're going to make a little short line right under the head. And a line that comes down, it's going to look like the letter I, the capital letter I. This is the spine. I'm going to make 2 more lines right here for the spine. And now I want to make the ribs to my cat. So I'm going to make curved lines like happy faces. Let's do about 3 of those right here. Now I'm going to show the arms to my cat. There's a bone right there and a bone right there. And now I want to make a bone here, and I think I'll add little dots on the side to make it look even more like a bone. And then the cat's tail actually has a bone in it as well. And this is going to be a long vertical line with lots of short horizontal lines going across. You don't have to do this part if you don't want your cat to look like a skeleton. But now I'm going to add, I think, a little red heart right here. That's about where the heart is because I want to make my cat look like it's loved. And I think I will do some black for the eyes right here. 2 little circles. I'm gonna do an upside down triangle for the nose. And then I make a line that curves to one side and curves to the other. And there's my cat face. And I think I'll do little dots here to show where the whiskers are. But because it's Day of the Dead, we aren't just gonna leave it black and white. We're gonna add some color. First, I decide to take a yellow and draw little dashes around the eyes to sort of make the eyes look like the sun. I'm going to do a little dot in the middle, like the middle of a flower, and I'm using this pink pastel to create petals around the outside, so now it looks like there's a flower in the center of the face. I'm using some green to show like some vines or stems with leaves around the edge as well. Looks good. I like that. Maybe I'll do a little wavy line here. And now I want to decorate the outside, and I want to use lots of flowers. Flowers are really important for the Day of the Dead. I could make them look like marigold flowers, which are orange, by just doing a circle that is kind of wavy like this. And I want to color it in with some different shades of yellow. So I have like a bright yellow and then a sort of golden yellow, and this gives it the illusion of having petals. And I'm going to go all around my paper creating different kinds of flowers. And I think I'll also do some wavy lines with green to look like stems and vines. I can add leaves to that, and I'll even do some dots. So we're just using colors, dots, lines, flowers to decorate the background around our cat in a way that reminds me of that kind of Mexican style art. And there's our Day of the Dead cat.